project. We're gonna create a new project. We're gonna say studio apartment 2024. Probably put your name on it. Okay, we can't be talking in the background. We're on our recording, Mason. Okay, now you're getting called out on the recording. For every student ever to know, they're like, who's Mason? Yikes. Hashtag unedited. Maybe it will. It's gonna go viral. Okay. Anywho, we're gonna do a little, let's do empty plan. That's how I always like starting. Okay, so if we're gonna do a balcony, that means we can't make our main, or why don't I show you both balcony and loft? Remember, we can't make the main space a full 1,100 square feet if we're gonna be adding a loft and or a balcony. Otherwise, we'd go over square footage. So just to kind of keep it easy, I'm going to create a space that's maybe around 600 square feet. So we're not even close yet. That is so small. So I'm just gonna kind of start with a square rectangle situation, pulling my walls out. To check your square footage really quickly, you tap the center of your room and it pops up over here. So right now I'm at 766 square feet. Okay? So I've got like, I'm like almost 30 by 30 for my square, or for my length and width. I'm gonna make it just a little bit smaller. Okay. Alrighty. If you wanna do a loft, and you are obviously gonna need to take stairs to get up to a loft. There's gonna be something on top of the loft and something under the loft, right? That's the whole idea, is to be able to maximize space. Well, looking in this classroom, are these ceilings, are these walls tall enough to accommodate a second story? No, like you wouldn't be able to see right now where the second story was. So these ceilings are about 14 feet tall and are not tall enough. Actually, these might only be 12. To really have tall enough walls to accommodate a loft, we need to have at least 16 foot tall walls. And I might even suggest 20, just to go ahead and like make it real big. So what we're gonna do is we have to change all 4 walls. Like the whole space has to be this tall. So what you do is you click a wall, click settings, and then it says wall height. Standard is 9 feet. We're gonna change this guy, no, we gotta change it to 20 feet. Okay, 20 feet. Is that too much? Should we do 16?
20.
All right, we're going 20.
Hey.
Go big or go home.
Don't play with it.
Okay, now. Okay, oh, no, that's not what I want. So we're clicking on each wall. Remember, we're not talking because I'm recording. There it is. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm going on each wall. Oh, okay. Well, I'm still asking you anyway. Okay, so we're deleting and we're making each wall 20 feet. 20 feet. Okay? If you bop over to 3D, you're gonna now see these are super tall walls. We see them? Nice and big. Whoa, big time. All right? If you're like, Miss Shirley, how'd you get there? Oh, just let me get through it. We'll have our recording, and then I'll also come around and help you guys one at a time or table by table if you need it. All right, so now our walls are tall enough to accommodate a balcony. What we need to do now is decide kind of where we want it to be. Let's say I want my balcony to be over on this right-hand side. Maybe I'm gonna have my kitchen on the bottom, and then I'm gonna have the bedroom space up top. What we need to do is go to Draw Surface. Draw Surface. So under the Build tab, I click Draw Surface. Those of you who asked for this demo, I certainly would think you would be watching me step by step so that you see it in real time. That way you have a frame of reference for later. Okay? Interesting enough, Jalissa, this is also how you change flooring for an area without adding walls. you draw a surface. So I'll show you how to do that while I teach this, okay? So to draw a surface, it's unlike drawing the walls where you click and drag. When you draw a surface, you are tapping each four corner of the shape that you're drawing. So I'm gonna tap in this upper right corner. I'm gonna come over here and tap. Come down here, let it lock in that straight line. Tap. Come over back to this corner, tap. And then the trick is you've gotta come back to the corner you started with, otherwise it makes weird shapes. You gotta come back up here and tap again, okay? Now, Jalissa at the beginning of class asked, how do you change the flooring of a specific area without changing all of it or without adding walls? What you would do, like if this were gonna be your kitchen and we weren't making a loft, you can just now go to finishes. Let's say you wanted tile in your kitchen. You go to tile, and then you could just drag and drop that tile onto your surface. And then if the rest of your studio apartment was gonna be wood, it would be separate, okay? So that's how you do it for rooms. Now for us, as far as making a loft, let's say we're gonna have carpet because it's gonna be upstairs for the bedroom. I can go ahead and make that carpet now. But the way we gotta make it lofted, right, lifted up high, is you click on the surface, just put it away. That is an example, but just watch, okay? You click on the surface that you just drew, you go to settings, and now we have to raise this surface from the floor. So it says raise from floor. What's half of 20? 10. So we're gonna raise this 10 feet off the ground.
Fire.
Okay, it is high. So now when we look in 3D, okay, she's up there. There she is. Okay, cutie.
You ate Miss Jola.
Stop. Okay, but now, one, this is so dangerous, you could just like fall off the top, right? Two, we can't get there. So creating a loft means thinking about those other components as well. So we're gonna add both stairs and a railing. So if we go to objects and we type stairs, you're gonna get actual stairs. I would scroll until you find ones that have a railing on them. The ones that are just white are kind of weird, like they seem very architectural. This right here is more of what I wanna go with. I'm gonna choose the ones that say 10 feet since my loft is 10 foot. It's gonna get me close. I'm gonna drag them in and drop them. I need to scroll in to make sure that this set of stairs actually lines up with my loft. You gotta bop back and forth to 3D a bunch to make sure everything's going in the right direction. Cause did I put these in the right direction?
No.
No, I sure did not. Oops. So we're gonna go back in 2D and we're gonna do a little rotate, okay? And now I'm noticing that my railing is kind of up against the wall. Let's see if that's right. Is that how it's supposed to be? 3D, let's look, let's go a little round. Oh yeah, we're okay. I do think this might look better though if it's on the other side, so I'm gonna actually bring this over here. Cool, makes sense so far? Looking good, yeah? Yeah, see now how the railing's like really exposed on that side? That's what we want, Perfect. Now, the upstairs is still pretty unsafe, so we need to add a railing here. So I'm just gonna type railing. Might help if I spelled it right. Okay, and right here, got a nice glass balcony railing, so I'm gonna bring that over here. I'm gonna rotate it, and this is an example of an item that you can edit the size to fit your needs. So I'm gonna hit this scale button, and then I can drag it to be bigger this way. Okay? Now in 3D, we see, where'd she go?
Interesting.
Let's see, where are you? Maybe it's down on the floor, let's raise it up. Forgot to do that. We gotta raise it up.
Raise the
Raise it up. Yeah, okay. 10 feet off the ground. Let's see if that brought it to where we needed it to go.
Hey.
Boom, bop, bam.
Down.
Ba-doom, bop. Bow. Okay, we see it? It's a loft. She's lofting. We got it, right? She's up there. Now, I will say, the other tricky part about a loft, though we made it right now at the beginning, I really would wait till you've designed everything under the loft before you start building everything on top of the loft. Since this is kind of like cheat code status, it doesn't have the easiest functionality. So like you can't layer and design very well, like all at once, bottom floor and top floor. So if I were you, I'd build everything underneath first and then everything on top second. Also, let me see everybody's eyeballs. Nobody put something under the loft that has walls. Don't try to put your bathroom or closet under the loft. It won't work. Something about doing the walls underneath, it makes the ceiling line go really crazy and it's like not fixable. Now you could put bathroom upstairs, but then you're like having all your guests have to go upstairs to go to the bathroom. So I wouldn't really suggest it. But anyway, that's how you do a loft. If you are ready to start actually putting things up there, you just have to raise everything from the ground 10 feet or however many feet off the ground you made your loft. So like this bed is up here. Sometimes floor planners are smart enough to put it up there. Is she smart enough today? No. So you gotta go here, settings, raise from floor, 10 feet, boom.
Bam.
Now she's up there.
She's
Get the
cooking.
idea? So you gotta like everything. Loft is not required if you're like, Miss Rilla, that is too much. No, I'm not doing that. Absolutely not. Great, don't do it. No biggie, okay? Something that's a lot easier but still adds a lot of fun flair is doing a balcony. You basically do it the same way. You draw a surface, you have to add railings, all of that. It's just on the main floor. You don't have to raise anything up and it's outside of your walls. So like if you were to add a balcony down here, you could, let's say we're gonna add one over here. I'm just gonna do this really quickly. You would go draw a surface. Let's say we were gonna do it over here. Boom. Okay, nice big balcony. Okay. All right, let's say it's gonna be brick because it's outside. So I'm gonna go stone. Or maybe it's gonna be these kind of white brick things. I'm gonna go to build. I'm gonna click doors. I'm gonna do some really cute French doors so that we get some nice, visual from the inside. I'm also gonna do some windows so that you can see the balcony. We're gonna put those out here. And then we've also gotta add those railings. So again, we're gonna go to objects, railing, and I'm gonna scroll this time until I see maybe, I want like a black railing maybe. Let's see if I can just type black, see if that'll pop up. Yep, there we go, black railing. I'm gonna pull it out here, make it big enough by clicking the scale button right there, drag it over, okay. I'm gonna click similar items so I can get a smaller piece if it exists. Does it exist? I'll use this one. Okay. Gonna do a little rotation. Okay, y'all are getting the idea? Yes. Okay. We're gonna duplicate that railing so we don't have to go find it again. And then I'm gonna drag it over here. What's fun about balconies is you can add fairy lights, you can add lanterns, you can add plants, you can add all kinds of things like chairs and seating. You could even have like an outdoor dining table or something. But you can make the outdoor spaces super fun and inviting. And then it's gonna look something like this. Ta-da! And if you wanna see, let's see, there you go. And what's also cool is you're like, wait, the side of a building's not white. Well, you could go to finishes, material, stone. It's not wanting to load, so that's tough, there she is. Brick. The way you paint an inside wall, you can paint an outside wall. I just kind of painted the outside wall brick. And now, dun 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 dun.
Wow.
Check it. We see it? Okay now, okay, thank you. So if this were your project, you would need to make sure that your loft space, your balcony, and your main floor all added up to less than 1,100 square feet. So that's where it gets a little complicated when you add those other layers. So remember, balcony and loft, not required. These are just fun options for how to add some character to your project. Sound good? Yep.
And how do you check the full square footage of everything?
Good. So when you're in 2D, you can click on, I think it's over here, it says project, and you can check, when you add a surface, it doesn't include it in the whole overall, so you'll have to add them together. So if you click this space, that's 573, then you would add 185 and then 120. So let's see. What's 573 plus 185 plus 120? Let's see, it's serious. All right, so she's really taking a long time to get back to me, but we could do the math and then you would know. And then if you needed to adjust something, I would probably, if anything, make the balcony smaller or the loft a little bit smaller. Cool? All right, any other questions about just how to make something, how to change color, how to add windows? Okay? If you're gonna do a loft and you're gonna make your walls that big, the only other thing I would recommend is adding giant windows on one of your walls. I think I showed you guys how to do this online, but if you're gonna add a big window, you can just choose a window you like, place it, and then you can make it wider and taller by going to settings. It asks you how tall do you want it to be. I can make that window 18 feet tall, and I want to raise it from a floor 1 foot, and then boom, we got a giant window. Y'all see it? We see it back there? So you can make a giant window if you want to. It's kind of cool. You don't have to. Again, these are all just fun options. So, get to work. You got 40 minutes today. And then you're going to have all hour and a half on Wednesday